clock? Oh, you already know what it is, man. Ooh and Jay, they coming through. Straight no chaser. Straight from the hip.
Straight from the hip, don't need no script, just need a microphone. My man Coach Boo gon' take you to the entertainment zone. They got the stats of this and that to keep this show on point. And when we're done, we have some fun and rock this funky joint. So if you will, sit back and chill, give us a chance to show ya. If one of y'all would like to call, we'll talk just like we know ya. We take control, then start the roll, and then there ain't no stopping. It's time to dip straight from the hip. Hey, yo, let's get it poppin'.
Hello, everybody. Welcome Straight from the Hip. I'm your host, Travis Butler. Here with my co-host, Mr. Jason Allen and Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell on today, Monday, July 20th, year of our Lord 2020. How's everybody doing today?
He was almost slipping there, Coach. He almost forgot.
I got it. I'm doing my own style. I got it.
Well, I need a poll, Jason. Jason, put up a poll for me. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, 1 being okay, how painful was it to watch Travis just do his chair dance to the beat of that song?
You don't realize I do that every week, right?
Because it was killing me. It was killing me to watch you do that, Travis. You better not ever do that again.
I got a not painful at all already. Thank you.
Yeah, that's your mother. That was from your mother.
I still got to vote. And I do that every week. So.
Oh, Jerry told us some Travis rocked it. All right, I got it's some biased people on here. There's some bias on here.
Thank you, everybody.
You could just say 5. Yeah, there you go, Miss Peavy. 6. Like, yeah, just keep it real. Be nice, but don't be cruel.
Miss Peavy didn't exercise her white privilege, right?
You had to bail him out.
Come on, I got moves.
I ain't messing with y'all today.
Yeah, I know. Well, one thing we are going to mess with is Dan Snyder and the Washington Redskins. Crazy stories going on. Now, of course, leading up to last week was them trying to, do the name change off of Redskins, and they're still trying to come up with that. But now this past week, we have allegations of 15 women have come out and said that they were sexually assaulted or had sexual misconduct against them as what they were cheerleaders for the Washington Redskins over the time that Dan Snyder was the owner. So what do we make of this situation? How crazy is this? So I'll start with Coach, and we'll jump over to Jason.
Well, I don't know about how crazy it is. I think that, it's not like it's unfathomable that this has happened or whatever. I think that I'd like to think that there's a higher being and that there is a God. And God just, God works in mysterious ways. And somebody like Dan Snyder, it just seems like he's just getting what he should be getting right now, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the allegations are just awful if you listen to them. And, there's only one lady who's actually came out of anonymity and said who she is. She was interviewed by ESPN, and she talked about how they called her stupid and all this kind of, she just cried coming to work every day because she knew she was either going to be sexually harassed, talked about something on her body, her figure, whatever, whatever the bumps were that they wanted to talk about on her body. I mean, it was awful to hear. And to think if that was my wife that was going to work every day, having to put up with that BS at work every day. And just knowing that if they said something, they were going to be fired. And they were reminded constantly, if you don't like it, then too bad. We'll just get somebody else to replace you. So, I mean, just dreadful to think that was going on. And, I'll be honest with you, I'm looking for a little Me Too movement now, coming from the NFL, where other front officers have ladies speaking up, because I think that you could, I'm just saying, just stand by and wait for that to happen.
I agree with that with the Me Too movement. I'm actually surprised that we haven't had that come out, within the last few days, because this, was a few days ago. I'm surprised that we haven't heard about this. Not to say, I think we all know that it probably does happen. Unfortunately, we don't know the situations, of course. Not to say that it should ever happen, but, teams and this, that, and the other, we don't know. But I am surprised that there is not a Me Too movement going on of past or former, employees of different teams, not just in the long lines of the NFL, but NBA has cheerleaders. There are dancers that work for other sports organizations like the NHL, even some, that do stuff for MLB. So I'm surprised that we haven't heard more, maybe not just in the NFL, but just sports all around. Jason, what is your thoughts?
I mean, Coach said it all. You can skip past me on that one. I mean, Snyder's a mess. The organization's a mess. On the field, off the field. Leadership starts from the top. I mean, I am surprised, but I will say this. Out of me being surprised, okay.
I hear you, Jay.
I hear you. Real quick, just one more, and I'm sure this is probably going to just a yes or no answer. Should Dan Snyder be removed as owner of the Washington Redskins? Now, of course, Robert Kraft had a similar situation. It wasn't this in-depth, but he was not removed from what had happened with Florida. I know it's not exactly the same, but it is a misconduct of women, and he is still the owner. So there is a little bit of precedent, but Snyder's still being the owner of the Redskins. What do you say, Jay?
I think you can't ask a yes or no question on that. I think there's a lot of nuance there. I would say in this situation, it's up to the 31 other owners, but let's just be completely honest here. The 31 other owners, if everybody, like Jerry said, that, this happens throughout the league, if they know this is happening in their organization, you probably don't want to vote out the guy who probably knows all this stuff is going on in all these other organizations. So when you say yes or no, yes, should he be fired and released as the owner? He should have been fired and released as the owner for how bad the Redskins are. Forget these allegations. But after that, if you want to go with allegations, yeah, hell yeah. If he was at a job and this was going on and he was the manager and he was doing this, he would be fired. So, yeah, he should be fired.
Yeah, I agree. Miss Butler said, should the NFL take any actions?
Yep.
The bottom line is they've already come out and said that they're not, because there was already a bunch of people calling for his head, and they said he's not going to be removed. It's his job to clean it up. He might get fined. Who knows? I mean, they might take away a draft pick or something like that from like a 7th round draft pick or something that don't really matter. I mean, it's a shame, and he'll get away with it at the end of the day. He'll still be the owner and whatnot. And he'll get some kind of slap on the wrist, $250,000 fine. They'll make him go sing Kumbaya with some Boy Scouts somewhere or something. They'll make him go sit down with some pretty lady wearing a short miniskirt or something like that for some counseling. I mean, it'll be some old, white collar prison type of stuff that he'll get. And then that'll be the end of it. And I mean, it is what it is.
Real quick, they should, Mom, you said they should fire him for being a loser. We've actually had that conversation about one of us on this panel thinks that if your team doesn't make the playoffs in a 10-year span, you should just be out of the league and you lose ownership. So we've
two of us feel that way. Only one of us don't feel that way. That's you. That's trap. Me and Coach Ben said your team stinks. For 10 years, you got to go.
Exactly. You don't feel that way because your team is one of them teams.
Exactly. That's why. Before we get to the name game, I'm going to read out Jerry's question real quick. How do we know the NFL isn't involved in these actions?
Oh, that's what I said, Jerry. I said straight up, like, if you as the owner vote Daniel Snyder out, you are very likely that Daniel Snyder tells all your secrets and is exposed that a lot of other owners are involved in this. So I'm right there with you, Jerry. As I said, they're not going to vote him out because he going to snitch. He going to just be like, oh, you going to vote me out? All right, well, Jerry Jones, whoever the Bengals owner is, because he probably drank a lot anyway. Jim, he going to expose them all. So, yeah.
I got another name for you. Roger Goodell. All of them. Every one of them.
You gone. Well, now that we are talking about other ownership, so this leads us right to everyone's favorite, the name game.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, Coach,
So
calm down, man.
This week we are
calm
going
down,
to
bruh.
Y'all ain't gonna get me mad this week. I ain't gonna get mad this week.
You're gonna get mad. I
No,
mean,
I'm not. No,
yes,
I'm
you
not.
are. We are going to change it up just a little bit. In the past, of course, as everyone knows, we typically pick a player and then we have a list and say who would we rather have. This week, Dan Snyder as your NFL owner. So would you rather have Dan Snyder or the list? Here it goes. Number 1, Mike Brown, owner of the Bengals. Jason.
Oh, give me Daniel Snyder. At least Daniel Snyder got a nice stadium.
Yeah, give me Daniel Snyder with the Redskin name. Because I don't have nothing to do with Cleveland Brown. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, he's the owner of the Bengals, but still.
Whatever. Them two.
Well, you just put them together, Travis, and just say both. I'm taking Daniel Snyder over both of them.
Any team out of Ohio. Any team out of Ohio.
Okay, number 2, Shad Khan, owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, you talking about man Shaka Khan? I'm going to go ahead and take Shaka Khan because I don't think he's touching them women, so I'm going to take him.
Jacksonville's on the way up. I'm thinking some good things going to happen in Jacksonville. I know they still got a quarterback that's terrible, but I think the ownership trying to do some good things there. Give me him. I'll take him.
On the way up from what? From 4th place to 3rd place?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, they're making the right moves. Give me him over Snyder.
How long was Blake Bortles a quarterback? Like, come on.
Listen to me. Hey, the bottom line is it was a bad draft pick. But I know Cincinnati wouldn't know anything about that, would they?
Not at all.
Cleveland wouldn't know anything about bad draft picks, would they? Yeah.
They probably would.
The other day that you got from what's the name Jason retired that nobody cared about? The quarterback. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not helping you with none of this.
Next, Stan Kroenke, owner of the Rams.
Oh, no, give me Kroenke. They won the Super Bowl, 2 years ago?
Yeah, give me Kroenke, too. I mean, that's an easy one. Okay. You got to come up with something better than that. I mean, like we said, Snyder ain't even been close to a Super Bowl. He ain't been close to a division title. I mean, you got to be kidding me.
I got 2 more. You know I always throw one softball out there for you guys.
Throw it out there.
Yeah. Next one, Jim Irsay.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to go Jim Irsay, and it's only by this much. I mean, that joker got an addiction problem. He ruined Andrew Luck, got rid of Peyton Manning. I mean, it's close, but I'm going to go Irsay just because I don't got no allegations of him touching on women.
Yeah, Irsay the idiot is what I call him, but I would still take him over Daniel Snyder. Dude, Daniel Snyder is as low as they go as far as I'm concerned. You have to really give me another dumb name like Arthur Blank or somebody like that before I would even come close to picking Snyder over them.
I'm not even going to mention Arthur Blank because he's clearly better than Dan Snyder for anyone out there. So, last one.
Hold on, Coach. You disagree with that? You think Daniel Snyder's better than Arthur Blank?
I mean, here's the thing about it is it's like, you know, it's like having doo-doo and donkey poo. I mean, you know, it's like, which one would you rather step in? I mean, that's the way I look at it. So, hold on, let me flip this coin. Oh, it landed straight up. It landed straight up.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that to Arthur Blank now. I ain't a fan, but we're not going to compare him to Daniel Snyder.
Exactly.
You know me. You know how I feel about all of them. All of them.
You love the Falcons.
What's your last one, Travis?
Jerry Jones.
Oh, give me Jerry. That's easy.
That was your big surprise. Are you there? You know, and I don't even like Jerry Jones, but I mean, Jerry Jones has done some good things. I mean, the man has won like lots of Super Bowl rings. He put together the doggone triplets down there with Aikman, Smith, and I mean, come on now. And Irv, I mean, for real?
Like where's the Jets owner at? Where's the Lions owner at? Like, where are those teams at? Those are conversations.
Okay, Lions owner, Miss Ford.
Just because she just got the job, I'm going with Miss Ford over Dane Snyder.
Okay, then.
I'll take her too. I'll take the lady that's about to die. They gave the team. I'll take her mama. I think it was her mama that gave her the team. I'll take her. I'll take her with a bad case of COVID. I'll take her over Daniel Snyder.
Well, I don't even know who's the Jets owner. Woody Johnson?
He might still be. I don't know if he still is or not.
Oh, man.
I know he was when they did the Hard Knocks 4 or 5 years ago.
Miss Peavy said like Arthur Blank looked like he be touching them women too. I ain't gonna confirm or deny that. I don't know, but
see there, Miss Peavy. Miss Peavy, that's why I love you, Miss Peavy. Me and Miss Peavy like this.
Arthur looks like a good guy. Come on, don't be hating on him.
Yeah.
But if it's the Jets or Daniel Snyder, I may gotta take Daniel Snyder over the Jets.
Really?
Oh, Jets ownership is god awful.
I don't know about that. I can't take that though. I can't take Snyder over them. I'm telling you, Snyder is as bad as they come. he is a poor man's Jerry Jones. You know, Jerry has like 200 million. Snyder ain't got but about 50 million. A billion, billion. He ain't got but about 50 billion. You know, Jerry got like 200 billion. He's a poor man's Jerry Jones. That's what he is.
So you're taking the owner of the Browns over Dan Snyder.
Hell no, I ain't going that far now. I never going to hit that.
Okay, well, we're going to lead straight into some big news that happened specifically here in Georgia. The GSHA, am I saying that right, Coach? GSHA?
Georgia High School Association.
Georgia High School Association has come out and said that they are moving their training back 2 weeks as well as the season. Am I correct on that, Coach?
That's right. Or you can say moving it up, really. Because we're going forward.
Okay.
Yeah, going forward the extra 2 weeks.
Okay. So how does this affect you specifically as a coach and how you prepare your team or what you're going to be doing to prepare your team?
Well, it's already been very difficult, because we're in uncharted waters. Miss Peavy has a son that plays, so she can tell you about it. Everything's been different and difficult. When we come up together, we used to come into a real tight huddle at every practice. Now everybody stands about 6 feet away from each other when we bring all the players up because you can't have those tight huddles anymore. There are some teams that can't practice because somebody on the team is tested positive, so now they have to everybody sit out for a week because they don't want. Just that kind of stuff that's going on. So again, we're in uncharted waters, so it's very difficult for us to keep the players focused because with all this stuff going on, they don't even know if we're going to have a season. And to be honest with you, we don't either. Every time that we hear the GHSA is meeting, we all kind of hold our breath to see what they're going to say. Because one of those meetings is all it takes, and then, bam, no football season. So we definitely want to have a football season. I personally believe that it will be healthy for our community if we are able to pull off a football season. Now, before everybody starts flooding my inbox and whatnot, listen, I want to be as safe as I can possibly be.
Right.
And safety is number one. I don't want anybody dying from COVID and this, that, over no doggone football. However, if there's any way that we can play, I think it will be very healthy and very good for the community of Gwinnett County and for all the surrounding areas to see football actually being played by our youth where everybody's healthy, everybody's running around, flying around, and getting back to normal in some type of capacity.
Okay. Before I go to you, Jason, I'm going to ask Jerry's question real quick. So Jerry asked, how often are the players being tested and what is being done for players that are showing symptoms?
Well, this is what happens. Every day, me and everybody else who comes in there, we get tested with the temperature test. They stick the thermometer on the forehead. Sometimes, I don't work in the school, so sometimes I show up late. And before I can go and contact anybody, I have to find a trainer and get them to test to make sure my temperature is where it is. And then they give you a series of 6 questions that they ask you, or do you feel nauseous? Do you feel this? Do you feel that? Have you been in contact with anybody? Yada, yada, yada. You got to answer all 6 of those questions and make sure, and they ask, if you've been around anybody, like I said, or if you have any of the symptoms related to that, yada, yada, yada. We did early on, like 3 weeks ago, have a kid that tested positive. It didn't come from anybody on our team. It came from his doggone sister who went to a doggone graduation party. Okay? So that's where it came from. But in the end, all of the people in his group, they had 20, at the time, 20 people in a group. All of them had to go get tested. Fortunately, all of them tested negative. He was the only one that tested positive. So therefore, he was quarantined, and we moved on. So like I said, they have a protocol that is already in place, developed by Northside Hospital. Didn't have anything to do with Coach Boo, didn't have anything to do with North Gwinnett High School, didn't have anything to do with GHSA. Northside Hospital developed the protocol that we follow anytime anybody, shows up at the school, anytime anybody gets sick. All of that stuff is being done before this show started. I called Kristen Cray, who is our contact at Northside Hospital for the GFL and for Gwinnett County Public Schools. And I said, listen, I just called to tell you I love you, number one. And number two, tell you I don't want a damn thing from you. Because the bottom line is that's all people calling her for today. It wants something. Her phone is ringing off the hook. She said, oh my God, boo. She laughed because I wanted to make her smile. And she said, I'm so glad you just said that because you're right. Only time my phone rings, everybody wants to know some information. They want to know if we're going to have a season. They want to know this. They want to know that. And I said, I knew that. And I knew that was happening. So understand that we are relying heavily on Northside Hospital to guide us through this thing.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully that works out. And we're of course, praying for you guys and Northside Hospital themselves, because that's fantastic work that they're doing. So, Jason, what does the situation that's going on right now, you of course have daughters that aren't playing sports, but if you did have a child playing football, how would this affect you as a parent, and kind of not only do you want them out there, or like how they are going to be ready for football?
That's a good question. I look at it in the sense that in this situation, we have so many unknowns. I would say personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable with my kid being back out there. And I was reading Miss Peavy's comment about how this is important for her kid as being a senior. So, I can see the importance of a season needing to go on because it's recruiting involved, that's scholarships. That changes the whole financial situation for her household, because if he gets a scholarship, that's one less burden financially they have to kind of worry about in that sense. And I completely understand that, and I get it. My dog isn't in the race. My dog isn't in the fight. So I can say that as a parent that I wouldn't feel comfortable with it. And I think the biggest reason I don't feel comfortable with it is that, one, we don't have enough information on how this affects teenagers and kids. And then two, I think the bigger situation is that we just don't know about this virus. We're still learning about this. In American history, the soonest that they've had ever in American history, not even American history, in the history of man, the fastest that we've ever had a vaccine for the public is 5 to 6 years. So, there's news coming out that they found something that's helping. They're going to be testing that for years before they give it to the mass population. Typically, that's how it goes. We never know what, the changing world now. But this is something I think is going to be here for a while, guys. And I think we got to kind of be very, very cautious on this, because I don't think we understand fully what this is going to be. And that's all across the world, So I just wouldn't feel comfortable with it. But again, I can say that when I have nothing to lose. And so that's where I sit at it.
Well, my thing is this. Miss Peavy, like I said, she comes from a place of, she has a kid that's a senior. And it's very difficult to think that, your child who waited all these years for this moment, and, this is his opportunity to hopefully move on and go on to bigger and better things, and now that's being taken away from him. And so me as a coach, yes, I want to see the season go on, not for me. My day has been gone. But, I have a lot of kids who have waited for this moment. And I've talked to and seen a lot of kids who didn't get to play their last baseball season, who didn't get to play their last track season, who, you know, are like devastated by that. And that's hard to live with, guys. That's tough.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we are going to switch gears real quick. I know, Coach Boo, you found a list of the best college towns on here. I'm going to read them off real quick just so everyone kind of gets it.
Before you say that, just let me say this. This is what I'm telling y'all about stupid stuff on the internet that people that people write, and y'all be quoting this stuff verbatim and not even thinking about what it's saying. But go ahead, Travis.
Yep.
Stupid stuff, right? Listen to this.
Run through the list real quick. Best college towns. That's all it says, okay?
Start at number 10.
Number 10, Charlottesville, Virginia.
Ooh, that's a hot city for me. I can't wait to go to Charlottesville.
VA.
Number 9, College Station, Texas.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Texas is
wow.
nice.
Number 8, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Who would do that?
Number 7, Oxford, Mississippi.
Ugh.
No, let's stop right now. We got pause right there now. First of all that lets you know is that a European man made this list. But go ahead.
Number 8, Boulder, Colorado.
Keep going, Travis. Come on.
Number 5, Columbia, Missouri, not South Carolina.
Oh, my God. Keep going.
Number 4, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Number
Big
3,
blue.
Austin, Texas. Number 2, right down the road, Athens, Georgia.
Okay.
And number 1, University of Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin. Jason, your thoughts?
I am surprised for college towns that, you know, my alma mater, Penn State, didn't make that. I think we have one of the biggest things, like the whiteout and some stuff that's really dope there.
Hey,
I am also surprised, and I know this is a personal thing, and it might have just been with D1, but where's Howard Homecoming at? Like, that's one of the biggest events in all of college football. So how do you leave Howard off that list? Like,
I agree.
but that's all I got on that.
Coach?
I knew it was a bad list when I didn't see one beach city on there. I mean,
I thought the same thing.
You got Hawaii, Honolulu, whatever, University of Hawaii. You got where is Miami?
Where's Miami?
Why is Miami not on the list? I mean, I can understand that a white dude made it, and I get that. But I mean, goddamn, Miami got to at least be on the list somewhere. You got 10 schools, and you don't have Miami as one of them. Or Southern Cal.
USC. That's the other one.
Give me a beach city. Give me a beach school on somewhere.
But I'd rather go to the beach than watch the game. That's why Beach City isn't on there. It's about football towns. Hey, if I got a beach, I'm not watching those stinking grown men hit each other. I'm gonna be on the beach with the women.
Hey, that's one of the reasons why. That's one of the only reasons why people go see the Miami Dolphins play, so they can go to the beach.
Yeah, that's a pro team, and they got a pool damn near in their stadium. I'm not trying to watch some other college kids puking behind me, peeing behind me, when I could be at the beach with them honeys.
You know what? That sounds like you in Athens, what you just said. That sounds like you in the number 2 city. If you talk about people puking and peeing behind you, you sound like you in Athens, Georgia.
Real quick before we go to Punt It, I know one person that's glad about this list. That's my mom, University of Wisconsin graduate. So number 1 on the list there, Mom. There you go. We are going to go to Punt It or Bunt It segment. Everyone ready? Everyone's favorite topics. Number 1, Antonio Brown says he's going to retire. Punt It or Bunt It, Jason.
Man, I got a bunt on this one because that just hurts my heart that I actually care nothing about Antonio Brown retiring. So, yeah, that's it for me.
I told you, I got helium in the football, and I'm going to punt that thing as hard as I can. Let's go. Keep it rolling.
As of right now, today, 0 positive COVID tests in the NBA bubble. Coach.
I'm a bunt on that just real quick. You know, I heard Dwight Howard was running around with no mask on and mad because somebody told on him. So, I mean, I'm a little surprised to hear that, to be honest with you. I kind of thought there might be 1 or 2 because I don't think that it's that big of a surprise if there would be. So, anyway, that's my feeling on it.
Jason.
I'm a bunt. I'm glad they are, but I would say one thing. I would never in my life want to be stuck in no bubble with Dwight Howard. That's all I got on
Amen.
that.
Amen to that. He's a little kid.
University of Texas is renaming their football field after Ricky
Williams and Earl Campbell.
There you go. Punt it or bunt it.
Go ahead, Coach.
Coach.
Oh, I'm a punter. I'm done. Go ahead, Jay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and bunt. I get Earl Campbell, but you can get the weed smoking dress wearer to be on your stadium. Come on, man.
Mike Ditka likes it.
Yeah.
OBJ going back to blonde hair because he says it's what is it, newsworthy or something like that. I don't know. I'm bunting on that one or punting on that one. Go, Jason. New hair.
I'm a bunt. I mean, I'm gonna just relate this to maybe it's like Samson. Maybe that blonde paradox in his hair actually makes him be able to play football and stay healthy for a season. So let's see. Let's hope it works.
I'm a bunt too. I just don't know why they just won't shut the hell up. I don't. Why can't they? If you play for Cleveland and I was the coach, I'm finding anybody that says anything ever. Just shut up and just play. That's all you gotta do. They bring that all on themselves. Now when he mess it up out there, you're like, oh, what happened to the hair? What's going on with the hair? That's just stupid. You opening yourself up for criticism.
Well, it is OBJ, so are we? That's
He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
The NFL and the NFL PA, the Players Association, have agreed to the testing protocol for COVID for training camp. Jason.
I think in this one, I'm a bunt one. I think this just shows how irresponsible the NFL is that you try to bring these players back and you didn't even have a plan in place yet. That shows that you really don't care about the players. Coach?
No, I'm punting. Y'all can play. Y'all can have that. I don't have nothing to do with that.
Okay, and now we are on to JackAss of the Week. Coach, you got one? Go for it.
I mean, by far, everybody knows who JackAss of the Week is. We already talked about he's one of the worst owners in the NFL. And I know he was the JackAss of the Week last week, too. But, dude, Daniel Snyder is a moron. And, I mean, let me tell you why he's a moron. I mean, you know, you're supposed to be in this country innocent until proven guilty. This joker is sending out letters to everybody saying, hey, you know, we got busted. We got a lot of stuff we got to fix. I mean, god dang. At least pretend like you're innocent. I mean, at least just send out a vague letter. I mean, you have already, I would be using the letter that you sent to your entire organization as evidence that you know good and damn well you're guilty. What a jackass. I mean, just an absolute moron. Not moron, moron. We got to get out of here, folks, before we shut down. Good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the